Before we start this video, we are going to be doing a first comment shout out. And the first comment shout out goes to
Jamin Mackey 4243, and his comment on the short video that we put on was, "Libertads are beautiful, almost as beautiful as your support to the channel, Mackey." Now to the video.
Fractional gold. Should you buy it? Well, if you're having questions on which fractional gold, you might just find them in this video. We're going to be weighing out the pros and the cons to buying fractional gold. And when I'm talking gold, fractional gold, we're talking 1/10, a quarter, half ounce gold coins, bars, things like that. I mean, you can get down into the grams, which are down here on this side, but then you're paying a lot of premium for really not a lot of gold. And I mean, even with the fractional, you don't get a lot of gold, but you get you get more than just 1 gram. And it can be a good investment. And that's why we're about to go over the pros and the cons of fractional gold. And at the end, hear my full opinion on if it's good or not. So, some of the pros to buying fractional gold is just plain out the affordability. With fractional holding a lower price point than buying, I'll say, a whole ounce, it makes it a little easier for the small investors like the everyday man, me and you, who is probably watching this video, figuring out if they need to stack fractional or not. It without committing a lot of money, it's an easy way to get into the gold. So one, affordability. That's a good pro. Now two, liquidity and flexibility. It makes it a little easier to sell small amounts when you need cash without having to liquidate a whole 1 ounce bar or coin. I mean, think about it. A 1/10 ounce you can go get $300 for, or $320 for, or $350 for, depending on the price. Or even say a 1/20th or 1 gram or something of those matters. You're going to be able to take it and you're going to be able to get 100 or more dollars depending on the spot price. Other than, say, taking your whole ounce and getting 3 grand and not needing that whole 3 grand. So there's a little bit of flexibility when you have something like this, but hopefully you don't have to take it and sell it. The whole point of gold is to hold and store. That's at least my idea on gold. Now, diversification is also another positivity, so that'll be number 3, diversification. Many mints and companies make fractional gold, so you can really diversify your portfolio and gradually, I don't know, create a hedge against inflation without overexposing to gold or, you know, collecting the same piece. You can, say, grab an eagle, which we have down here, or the Philharmonics, or the dragon, or say an Aztec, or say there's so much you can do, or maple like this one right here. Or wait, we'll go to this maple. This one should probably take a little better. So yeah, I mean, you can get fractional and collect a whole bunch of sovereigns and not have to pay $3,000 to have that gold piece. You can just buy a fractional. You can diversify that way. That's number 3. 4, if you know somebody in your family or a friend that's into gold, instead of buying them a whole ounce, this would make a great gift. So let's say gift is number 4. That's an awesome pro. We can do something like that. I'm sure they'd be happy with a grammar up, or maybe a 1/10. Everybody'd be happy with a 1/10, but even say a 1/20th or down. And then, what's a good one for 5? 5, barter. You can do a barter. Fractional, say if we ever fractional gold is it's more of a practical than 1 ounce. If, say, in a crisis situation where our nasty fiat dollar finally crumbles, it'll be easier to be making smaller everyday purchases with fractional gold. I mean, that's probably why you also have gold backs. And we also made a video on those if you want to go watch that. But yeah, you can just say fractional gold is good for barter. And you won't have to chunk off a whole gold piece. But then again, you could also use silver. So why would you need gold if you could just use silver? But yeah, that'll be your number 5. Now we're going to dive into some cons. What are some cons? Well, higher premiums. Let's go with that. Number 1, higher premiums. Might be easier to pay for that 1 ounce if you're trying to get the most for your money and you saved up, because these usually do carry a hefty premium. Let's just say that. Number 2, storage. I mean, if you're going to have to, if you have a lot of these compared to having just one coin, because say if you want a whole ounce of 1/10, you have to have 10 of those coins. Or if you get 1/20th and you stack a whole ounce of those, you'll have to have 20 coins. So, I mean, it starts taking up more and more space. Number 3, we can go lower profit margin. You could say that because, say, you're going to get an ounce and 1 ounce of gold costs $3,200, and you stack 1/10 ounce, and say you're paying $370 because of the premium. And that's just how that goes. That means by the time you have 1 ounce, saying the price hasn't fluctuated up, you would have paid $3,700 roughly for that ounce. So that means you'd have to make that. That's $500. That's $500. We're going to say that right now. That's $500 over spot. You'll then have to wait for it to hit $3,700 just for a chance to even break even. So that's another thing to look at with fractional. If you're somebody that doesn't want to wait 15 years, because I guarantee you in 15 years, gold is going to be astronomically crazy. But yeah, if you're not somebody that's willing to wait that long, maybe this isn't for you. But I've always said precious metals is a waiting game. It's not a tomorrow game. Number 4, some are less recognizable. So that could give you, potential issues when you go to resell them. So yeah, we're going to say unrecognizability for some of the smaller ones, which will lead to you having a little bit harder time at resale. We're going to go with that. And number 5, we're going to say, think about it. They're smaller pieces, so they're going to carry a higher premium. That's going to make them a little bit more of a higher target for counterfeiting. People are going to want to counterfeit them so that they can make you pay some crazy price, and then you're stuck with it, and they got your dirty fiat, nasty, greasy fiat. Everybody's after it. I don't understand it. They should be wanting this, the real money, the silver, the gold, but they want them nasty greenbacks, or they should be wanting these beautiful gold backs. But no, they're always after your greenbacks. So stay steady stacking, because when that nasty fiat finally crumbles, this is what they're going to end up wanting, and you're going to have it along with us. We'll be part of that elite status one day. Just stay with us. We are a community. So, with that being said, I've given 5 pros, 5 cons. Do I think it's a bad investment? Absolutely not. I think if you're going to stack fractional gold, you have to be somebody that is not a tomorrow investor that buys something that needs to sell it back tomorrow. You need to be somebody who's waiting the long game, 15 years, maybe 10 years. I mean, I don't plan on selling it for another 10, 15 years. But full ounces are the way to go if you're trying to get the most for your money at the time of the buy. What are you guys stacking? And what was your opinion on the video and on fractional gold? Leave it down in the comment section. I read all comments and I reply. So, yeah, we're building a community. That's right. I read all your comments and I reply. If you haven't already and you've made it this far, hit that subscribe button, that like button, and let me know what your thoughts of the day are. And also get in that comment section before anybody else can so you can be the shout out on the next video. Peace.